Me, I have the one, the only Chris Algieri.
Oh man, you heard it right there. Okay, dedicated to the grind and dedicated to you. That's why we do what we do. This is Power Grind Boxing. I just saw a video, right? And I gotta do a respond and react to it. And we're gonna watch this video together, but I'm telling you, it is massively nice. Chris Algieri, you know he's a boxer. And if you don't know, this dude got like a master's degree in nutrition or some type of science. This dude is a genius. He knows geniuses, and he just sits in groups with boxing geniuses, and he talks boxing and analyze nutrition and metabolics and all of these high fancy intelligent things. I'm telling you, if I was as smart as this guy, man, I'd be, man, you don't even understand what I'm saying. Okay, anyway, this is a react video, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna listen to what he's saying, and we're gonna think about what he's saying, and we're gonna talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? So look, I'm telling you, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, so look, we gonna just go ahead and jump into it. Okay, this Chris Algieri, let's talk about it.
Chris, look, you know, it's a hot topic in boxing, and I'm sure fans want to hear your thoughts, especially on this topic. You know, I'm sure you received a lot of crap. You know, we saw the whole eat crow stuff right after Ryan's win. You owned up to it. You gave him his...
Now, if you don't know, Chris Algieri said and predicted that Ryan Garcia would not defeat Devin the Dream Haney, and he did defeat him, of course. There's some allegations about performance enhancement drugs or PEDs. Of course, he didn't make weight. He didn't win a belt. All these crazy things that some people are like, who cares? But boxing fans are like, we care. Do you feel what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Credit. But now, you know, the news cycle never stops. And the latest topic, of course, is that Ryan potentially popped hot. You know, he had PEDs in his system. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's still a lot more information that we need before, you know, we come to a final conclusion about this, and this is going to take weeks to months. We may never even really know. At the end of the day, though, objectively, the drugs are in his system, and as a fighter, as an athlete, it's your duty to make sure that whatever you put into, you're responsible for whatever you put into your body, and you are held accountable. Accountability is a big thing when it comes to drug testing, and especially in a sport like.
As a fighter and as a leader in life, you are the leader of yourself. You are responsible for everything that you do or fail to do. So if you consume some type of illegal substance, it is on you.
Cigars is so dangerous. So what's going to really, we need to figure out is whether he did it intentionally or if it was accidental. Because there's different ways to deal with it then. If it's intentional, if you go by Nowitzki in the UFC for Osterine, you're looking at a 2-year ban. That's a long time.
Damn,
and if it wasn't unintentional and it was a tainted supplement or an accident.
So intent matters. Whether you intentionally digested or ingested a banned substance or unintentionally consumed a substance. So what fighter is going to be like, I consumed that substance intentionally? Who's going to say that? No, you know you're going to say it's unintentionally so that you can get the least type of penalty. You feel me?
So ingestion or something like that, you're looking at a much shorter ban, 6 months, which really in this modern day fight, not really that long.
Yeah, it's not long at all.
Obviously, that record is going to change. It's going to be a no contest, so you take away that win. And there could be some fines involved. You know, so how it's dealt with, I think, we still have a lot more there's going to be a lot more developing news before we figure that out. But really, I mean, until we know for sure, I can't really speak that much about.
So right now it's basically allegedly that he took illegal performance enhancement drug. It's allegedly. It's 2 of them. You got what I'm saying? It's androstenedione and nandrolone or whatever they call it. I'm just saying, man, I should put it on the screen. No, I'm not going to put it on the screen. But Chris Algieri is getting ready to break it down and really articulate in a way that I have never seen a boxer articulate anything. And, you know, he just does it in a wonderful way. So just listen to this.
You know, about it and about, you know, intent matters in these kind of situations. This is a very, very dangerous sport. And to take those kinds of drugs, very dangerous. Those are serious packs. This is the ones that were found in Ryan's system. We need to find out how much was in the system and for how long.
So one of the things that he said is that we need to find how much of the drugs was in the system. And how long. So I guess the longer the drug in the system, the stronger you'll become. The more muscle mass you'll become, the more or you'll have, or, the more enhancement you'll have, the longer it's within your system. Man.
Before you make any of those final conclusions, but again, I think this is going to be an ongoing news story that's going to keep developing and rolling as time goes on.
Yeah, it does feel very like ... right? So yeah. I don't think anybody definitively can say anything either way. But since you brought it up, I'm just curious because I definitely probably would even
lean tissue. So it's a slight anabolic that allows, it's anti-catabolic really, and it allows you to maintain muscle tissue. It's just really good for a fighter because you're cutting weight. You're in a caloric deficit as you're making weight, and you're able to maintain muscle tissue. Because when you lose weight, you don't just lose fat, you lose muscle as well. So with something like that, when you're taking a SARM, that it's going to maintain that muscle tissue. And if you think of the name, selective androgen, selective, it selects a specific target tissue. So for this particular one, it's muscle tissue, it's tendon tissue, and it's bone tissue. So it's selectively attaching the androgen receptors of those tissues, which again, very good for an athlete. If you take an androgenic steroid, like a traditional bodybuilding type steroid, which is what the other one was, the Androlone, that is like a testosterone bomb. It hits every tissue in your body. That's why.
So he had two different performance enhancement drugs within his system, one that helps everything, and then one that selects the muscle tissue, the bone, and the tendons in your body, the things that really deteriorate when you are training for boxing. So that selective performance enhancement drug was taken so that he could, be strong and be fast and not have the wear and tear that a normal fighter would have. You got what I'm saying? So he won't be drained at all. So now just think, he got all this enhancement and then he still doesn't make weight. He doesn't drain himself on any level. So that means Ryan Garcia, according to Chris Algieri logic, he just came in even better than 100%. He came in at like 150%. Wow, that's crazy.
So many organ problems when you take large doses of those kinds of androgenic steroids, anabolic steroids, excuse me. That's why you get liver toxicity. That's why your heart grows. So these SARMs don't really do that. They have a lot less side effects, which makes them safer for the athlete, but also makes them very dangerous for your opponent. Because in this sport, if you got harder bones, stronger tendons, and even stronger muscle tissue, and you're able to cut weight more efficiently and get leaner, yeah, it's a very dangerous thing to go into a ring like that when you're fighting someone who's not enhanced.
Wow. So this enhancement basically turns you into a super boxer. So that means that your punch resistance is even, because when Haney was hitting Ryan, it had no effect. But every single shot that Ryan Garcia landed on Devin the Dream Haney, you could see that it was impactful. Even if it wasn't a direct shot, it was impactful. You could see the strength difference in Devin Haney compared to Ryan Garcia when they fought on the 20th of April of 2024. So this is just great insight from a person who understands what these drugs do. Chris Algieri was a boxer, so you can't discredit him.
So this is a very, very serious issue, and those two drugs, like I said, they're very high-powered pets.
Yeah, so I think it's safe to say, or fair to say, that it definitely.
The news can change from such a positive thing for the sport. Ryan was getting so much good attention, getting mentioned, by the WFAN, or getting mentioned on podcasts that you would never think would talk about boxing, and then now we get this. So I've said this a few times already in a couple different shows. Boxing never ceases a chance to give itself a black eye.
Man, that is the truth right there. Man, shouts out to Chris Algieri. Man, that good breakdown of what these performance enhancement drugs do. We really need a sport that is clean and the athletes understand the importance. Every time a fighter get into this ring, they are putting their life on the line. So do you know how angering it is to know that I did everything I was supposed to do and then I fought you and you cheated. And because of your cheating and your enhancement, you could have killed me. Man, that is crazy. That just to try to wrap my mind around it. That's some angering, hurtful stuff right there. You got what I'm saying? But yeah, Chris Algieri definitely hooked us up with that inside information. This dude got like a master's degree in nutrition and he knows body supplements and all this type of stuff. So, you know, man, shouts out to him, because I'm telling you, man, how he articulated these two drugs that Ryan Garcia had in his system. Now, what I'm hearing right now, because I'm in Facebook groups, right? They are saying that there is no way that this could be. This is a conspiracy. What? Most athletes are VADA. They are getting tested. So you think that Ryan, they just selected Ryan? But hey, you know, conspiracy is conspiracy. But let me know your thoughts about Chris Algieri and these performance enhancement drugs that Ryan Garcia has allegedly taken. Let me know. But look, reminding you, stay on the grind, punch the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend about Power Grind Boxing. Man, I'm trying to get more videos. We trying to do it. We on the grind, baby.